Hi everybody, Tracy slash Adora here. How are you? For those of you, if this is your first time, hello, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. So this week we are doing Pick an Ace. I picked the Ace of Swords, Wands, Cups, and Pentacles, and each one of you were to pick your pile. If you haven't done that already, you know what? No, hold on a second. I want to get into a few things first. Let's give you some updates on what's going on. All right, I'm rushing myself, and that's what I have to stop. I find myself doing that, rushing, and then I forget stuff. It's like I should have said that, and I should have said that. So you know what? Let's get in. What's coming? What's coming up? I've done the research. Well, read a lot. I guess that's research. Yeah, on the new readings that I want to start doing. I want to start doing compatibility readings. So I'm going to have a series of that. So I've asked in my group, to my Facebook group, to for my members to post, who they're with and such, so that they can get first dibs of. So there's no order that I'm doing this, Aries with Aries and Taurus and so forth. I'm going to do by, and then we'll just go with the flow and hope I get everybody. So the first reading is going to be Cancer Taurus, going to have it in the both aspects of the male, masculine and feminine. And, a lot of them are the same, but in some signs they are different. So, we're going to get into that, and then we're going to get into how those two signs mingle together and where areas can be that, you should watch out for, and you should, go with that. And then I'm going to do a reading for that partnership, that coupling, that romantic involvement you have. It doesn't have to be romantic either. It can be a friendship. If you think you've got this friendship that just quite hasn't, you've been trying, but it just can't seem to make it. What this can be, it's a compatibility reading. Okay, it has to do with all kinds of emotions and feelings, and so we're going to get into all of that. Also, I am going to be starting my a new series on full moon reading. So I want to do a full moon reading. So let's say the next one is April 7th. It's the full pink moon, and it's falling under Libra. So I'm going to be doing full moon readings under what happens under the moon of Libra. So that's something else I'm planning on doing. I am still working on other little videos that I want to do. I like doing tarot. I enjoy doing tarot. I love doing tarot, but I just feel like there's something more that I want to contribute and I want to do. So, you know what? I kind of put some ideas, not some ideas, I kind of asked for some ideas in group, and they were really focused more along the tarot aspect. But I guess I'm kind of looking for a little bit more, should I make a different channel if I want to do crafts and mini documentaries and sort of stuff like I kind of threw in a little bit on this channel? Or is that something that all of you would be interested in seeing, watching, hearing, listening to as well? Let me know, comment below, just so that I can, I really, since I'm, especially now with this coronavirus, it's really stuck around. Everybody is in self-isolate, and I just want to make things, have you come back and not be bored and not, oh no, not that again, sort of thing, because things can become repetitive, especially, when you feel like you're stuck under the roof, which is something else I want to get into. Nobody's stuck under the roof. Get outside. You don't have to go to a store, a mall, a library. Go outside. Spring is in the air. Get outside. Go out to a park. You don't have to, it's nature. Okay? Get outside. Don't mean you have to stick under the roof. Alrighty? So anyways, that's my little whole thing on the coronavirus. Get outside. So let's go. So let's start that. Let's get into the readings. Let's do that, shall we? Yeah, I have enough of my rambling. Let's get into the readings. So so I've done the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. That's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at them, you know what, put me on pause. I always post a picture of the pile. If it's not my thumbnail, it's always in the beginning of my video. You go back, put it on pause, take a look, take a moment, take a pause, take a deep breath, and then let it out, and just feel everything go from your head all the way down to your feet. Like just release it. Just release it. Just let it go. Just let it go, and just let it all go out. And then when you open your eyes, get that pile in your head. Alrighty. Timestamps will be below for your pile, as long as everything works well for me. My internet has been extremely slow for uploads. I don't know, it's because there's so many people home and using it. The internet is getting very slow, but I'm trying my best, and I get so frustrated that I just want to get it up there and I forget to do things. So, yeah, I will try my best. I've got little notepads around me now to keep me focused and to keep me on track of certain things. Not everything. I can't promise you that. You know me. I ramble. That's what I do. And so, yeah, I think that's why I give good readings, too, is because I ramble. But anyway, just a little pat on the back for myself. So, yeah, so here we go. Let's start these readings, shall we? Oh, hi, pile number 1, Ace of Swords. Now, I don't normally do this because, you know what, as these cards come up, each one can have a different meaning depending on what the cards are around it. So, I don't normally, but I'm going to go to the book. The book that came with the card, because I like to give a little bit of meaning of each one item that you pick. You know, I don't like just pick a deck. I want to put a little bit more into it. You know, let's learn, let's teach, let's do what we do. All right, this is what I want to do, and this is what I like to do, and it's my channel, and I do what I want to. Right? Yes, that's why you love me, because I'm special. All right, Ace of Swords. Now, remember, also remember, like I said, just because I'm reading what the Ace of Swords meant that in this book, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be completely the same meaning if it comes up in a reading. All right, because when cards come up in a reading, the other cards around it can make that card mean something a little bit different, if you understand. But normally, if you're doing a 1-card draw from tarot and the Ace of Swords comes up, well, you know what? It's going to be basically in the book, but also our intuition, my intuition of what makes me do what I do. Okay, I'm learning to trust my intuition a little bit more, and that's why I ramble, and that's why you'll find your readings that I repeat a lot, but it's how I'm getting the message through. And if I start to think about what I'm saying, that's when I start to doubt myself. Okay, so with all that said, and I got to remember then read all this and say all that again for each file after that. Stay focused, Tracy. Alrighty, so Ace of Swords, that was pile number 1 that you picked. Okay. Again, we see the birch tree as the tree of birth and beginnings. Swords are the suit of air, which in Druidcraft is allocated to the east, place of the rising sun. Just as the Ace of Cups represents the Grail, so the Ace of Swords represents Excalibur of Arthurian myth. The magical tool of the Athame, ceremonial dagger in Wicca, and the ritual sword in Druidry. The hawk that flies high in the light of the dawn sky is a Druid totem animal of air and of the east. Now, the Ace of Swords represents clarity, success, and a clean break. Clarity is dawning, bringing the gift of perceiving a situation as it truly is. The sharp focus that this card offers may give you the opportunity to cut yourself free from attachments that no longer serve you, or from a negative situation. It may also suggest that you can now begin a phase of productive intellectual work. The Ace of Swords can indicate that you have the opportunity to use the sword of your reason to achieve success in a particular field, particularly in legal or academic situations. And it may even signal triumph in these fields, or in the world of literature or science. The sword is an instrument of change, and this ace may indicate a clean break that heralds a new beginning. So there we go. That is the Druidcraft Tarot. That is the meaning that they have for this card. There's also reverse meanings. I don't do those. That's when, you know, the card comes up, flip upside down. I find the cards can get enough meaning across one way without having to flip it, and you know, maybe I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe I never will be. Maybe that's just my own thing. I don't do reverse. Okay, so there we go. That is the Ace of Swords. I will put this aside for the next pile, and let's mix this in there. Now we've got all the energy out there. Yes, this is now Thursday morning when I am doing this reading, so that everybody that has posted yesterday, all the energy is out and in the air, and it is coming through. So let's see what the collective needs to know about the Ace of Swords. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm telling me to stop right there. Now, the Wheel is a card that flew out at me. King of Wands. Four of Swords. Strength. The Moon. What do we got going on? Oh, the Hanged Man. What am I getting from this? The Justice card. Seven of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let's see. Okay. So, the first card that popped out at us was the Wheel. Now, the Wheel to me, like I said, everybody's got to remember, these are my cards, my readings. This is how they perceive themselves to me. So anybody else who might have the same deck will be, no. This is my intuition, my deck, my readings, my tools. This is how messages come through to me. So remember that, alrighty? I will probably say that more often because I just don't want that. Oh, no, I mean, this is just what, and so there we go. All right, so the Wheel represents a, things going full circle, and you've kind of drawn your line in the sand, and things are kind of, you're kind of in your own little thing, okay? Because you just can't take too much more. And then we've got the King of Wands that came up here. Now that one there is somebody who is kind of, I feel like a choice has to be made. Yeah, and then I've got the Four of Swords where if things aren't being taken too seriously, yeah, you're kind of lounging, kind of, I don't know about that. The Strength card came up after that, and that one, I'm just making sure, I got a glare. Sometimes my overhead lights do it. All right, anyways, the Strength card. That one is kind of telling me that, you know what, you've kind of put your back up and you're kind of standing your ground, okay? And then we've got the Moon. Trying to see where all of this is taking me. Then we've got the Moon, and that card is more of like, you know what, roads are clear. It's an uphill. It's not an easy thing, but you know what, things are happening. Things are happening. Things are starting to progress. And then we've got the Hangman. Now the Hangman is a card that is telling me, you know, you're going to find a way to get through things that won't be the convenient way. Not convenient. It might not be convenient. It won't be the ethical is another word that's popping into my head that I don't like to say. Let's just say you're going to figure out a way that might not be the same way as everybody else, okay? But then we got the Justice card that came up. And where I'm kind of getting, I'm thinking this could be like sort of like a legal matter that's coming up that you're just not taking too seriously. Yeah, because then we've got the Seven of Swords. Now that card is like the knowledge is there, but you still don't know what to do. There's having to go to somebody else to help you through it, because that's where things are going to get better. Because then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And that card is telling me that, you know what, things are, this really has to do, I'm getting a, strong type of ending of something. Ending of something, and paperwork needing to be signed, and you standing your ground because you know you're not going to let them railroad you in any way. So yeah, so there might be things that are there that are keeping you from, there's things there that are keeping you from being the one that I don't want to say like fails, the one that you're not going to be the one that loses out on this deal. Okay, let's put it that way. Yeah. The Queen of Pentacles, that one there is showing me that okay, you're sitting there, you're successful, you've done it, and then the Nine of Pentacles is what came out after that, and that one there again is another strength card. So I've got I've got three really strong cards of who you are and where you're going to be. So you're going to come out on top of this, okay? You're going to come out on top of this just because of who you are and you're standing your ground. Okay, you've got some, I almost want to say dirt. You've got some stuff. You've got some stuff that's keeping you from being the one that is going to lose out on this situation. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's why the wheel came out. The wheel came out because you know what? It's done. It's done its full circle. It's done. You've drawn your line in the sand, and you're not taking any more. Now the King of Wands, like that's somebody that's telling you, no, you got to do it now. You got to do it now. You got to do it now. Like there's a lot of pressure, and like I always, like so much heat involved. And then we've got the Four of Swords, where you're just kind of, you know what, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to listen to you anymore because I'm the Strength card. Okay, I've got this. I tamed a boar. Okay, I'm strength and power. You're not going to get to me. Okay, and then we've got the Moon card that's showing, you know what, I've got my way. It's clear. Alrighty, it might going to take me a little bit to get there, but my road is clear and I'm going to make it. Alrighty, the Hangman. I've got this. I don't know if I want to use it, but I have it. And just with that being known, is enough to give you a lead in the game. Okay, to give you a heads up in all of this, just because of the Hangman and the knowledge that you have and the way that the way that you could go about on using it to your advantage. Alrighty, then we've got the Justice card. Now that card, and then with the Seven of Swords coming up after that, that is telling me that, you know what, things are going to end. It's going to come to an end. It's going to stop. Alrighty. Yeah, the Seven of Swords is where I think that outside help might come in. You might not have to use the Hangman, but that is going to give you the up on the Justice and the Seven of Swords, how these two cards are going to come into play together. Okay? And then the Queen of Pentacles is, I've done it. I'm content. It's a new day, and because of your stubbornness and your commitment and willingness and everything of not to defeat, of not to give up and not to give in, you've come out on top of this situation. Okay, so yeah, the Queen of Pentacles and then the Nine of Pentacles, those two cards together are telling me, you know what, you've done it. You're in the clear. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles represents a very strong, you know, she's holding the hawk on her hand. She's tamed it. She has come into herself. She can self-sustain now. She is herself. Not saying that is a she. That's just a she on the card. That is just take she in that a word. Okay. So yeah, no, this is showing somebody who's coming across from a hard time, not quite through it yet, but you know what, things are looking up, things are looking promising for you. Okay, not saying you're going to have to go into that nitty-bitty information that you have. It's just knowing it is going to give you that advantage. Okay, so things are going to come up on top of you for this. Things are really going to come up on top of you. It's kind of like this is kind of like a relationship slash work type thing, because it really has to do with with you and your thoughts and yourself, like your home life. And so it's kind of, this can either like, remember, this is for the collective, have to do with work or a relationship, things having to balance themselves out there, or things having an issue to do with one and then the other. So yeah, so if like, and again, don't feel bad that if that doesn't resonate with me, what, go back and try looking at the piles again. Maybe there was just that little, oh no, I'm going to go to this one. Try it again. What can it hurt? Yeah, what better do you got to do? We're all in stay-at-home mode. So yeah, that's that one. Let's see what the butterflies have to say, shall we? Let's see. I've been looking, and I've been wanting some new oracle cards. I'm feeling the itch. What I have to say, tarot cards and oracle cards are almost like tattoos. Once you get one, you just can't get enough. You want them all. Anybody who reads tarot or oracle even would understand, I'm sure. Like, especially once you get into it. Yeah, it's one of those things. All right, let's see. What do the butterflies have to say? Oh, there we go. Sentimental feelings. See, that's something that can get in the way of all of this, is those sentimental feelings. We got to be careful, because that's where once feelings get involved, that's where things get nasty. So we've got to try our best to keep our feelings at bay. Because then our thought process isn't the same, okay? Because then, especially when past stuff, when you can't let things go, sometimes they just overpower. So, you know what? Sentimental feelings, it's good to have them, but just make sure you're in control of them. Okay, especially in this situation, there can be hurt. And we don't want that. We want to avoid hurt. We want things to switch over and in a great way. Okay. Oh, there we go. Sacred Traveler. What is uncovering treasure beneath the surface lies great bounty. So there we go. Again, I'm getting this as a confirming on what the tarot is saying, of how, what, this is going to benefit you. On top of all this, once it's all done, things are going to be for you. Things are going to be good for you. So beneath the surface lies great bounty. You don't know it now, but now I'm not necessarily saying bounty as wealth, as money. Bounty can mean many things. Bounty to one person is bounty to somebody else. So the bounty you're going to get is going to be the bounty that you need. Remember that. Alrighty, so I did actually, now that I do have another oracle deck. It's my Saints and Angels. I have to admit, I haven't used this deck. It's one of those things that I have such a never mind, I'm not going to get into certain things. So let's see, I'm going to give it a shot. Again, this is kind of like my past life. You know what, I'm going to do that after as a test run, just to see what everybody gets out of it. Let me finish this first, and we're going to do the angels and past life as a after this. Just in case it's not a part of this, because it's not something I'm familiar with, I'm going to use you all as my guinea pigs. So, yeah, again, we're in the feelings. The fairies, emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. So again, we've got the sentimental feelings from the butterflies, and then we've got the emotional healing from the fairies. Again, it all goes back to what I've said of trying to keep your feelings at bay. Things can get hurt. Things can get said when we're hurt, and we don't want to repeat. We don't want to, you did this to me, so I'm going to do this to you. We don't want to do any of that, okay? We want to be the bigger person, and we just want to get through it so that we can move on. All right, that's what all this is about. All righty, so remember those feelings. I'm not saying bury them, I'm saying acknowledge them. They're done. Figure out what you've learned from them, and then move on from them. Don't dwell. Don't dwell. Dwelling doesn't help anybody, especially yourself. Alrighty, and I see they've given us an end date. Winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. Now, I'm kind of having a feeling that this isn't something that's going to be this winter. I don't know. No. You know what? I'm going to pull another card. I just want confirmation. Just want confirmation on that winter card, because I'm not too sure. You know, not too sure. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's see here. Winter months. Is it this winter or next winter? We're still in 2020, so it's one of those things that... what are we? I want to say, oh, the Ace of Swords. That's this one here too, eh? Letting go of things. Isn't that... You know what? Things just... Okay, yeah, cards would just keep falling and I'm just talking. Princess of Wands and Ace of Wands. Yeah, we're going to have to go through another season of fall. So this isn't going to be until next winter. And then the Princess of Wands came out as well. Just trying another reminder of the strength of who you are. That's what that is. Yeah, so we're going to have to go through another season of fall. But... yeah. But you know what? At least you know. You know, and you can just make your way through the year. Alrighty? Be the stronger person. Alright? The reminder. You're the Ace of Wands. You're the strength. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You're the Nine of Pentacles. Alright? You're that strength. You're that inner strength. Alright? And remember, also another reminder with the Queen of Pentacles is to take care of yourself in all of this. Okay? Remember to take care of yourself first. You're the one first and foremost, because if you don't take care of yourself, how can you help take care of those around you, right? You got to be strong. So there you go. I hope that gives you Ace of Swords people some insights, and I hope this resonated well with you. You know, you've got an answer. You've got an answer to a question that's been going on for a bit, it looks like. So yeah. There you go. Remember to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if it resonated well with you. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, that's the whole thing. That's where everything goes. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links are down below. And yeah, so there you are. I hope you all have a great day. And we will see you all next time. Hi everybody, so these are for those that picked pile number 2, the Ace of Wands. Now, I don't normally do this. I'm going to read it out of the book. Just because, you know, I like to pick things on my decks so they're not all the same, something I've found out that you like. So I'm trying to do that. And with that being said, I also want to give a little bit of information of what I put on there. So I don't want to make things like personal, like, you know, a brooch from my grandmother or something, you know. I want things that you can learn as well, like, you know, the little things about the spices and the herbs that I did and the crystals. And so while the Ace of Wands, and figure also the tarot cards, you can learn them as well. Now, I want you to keep in mind how I read my tarot is just because it says that that's what it means in the book doesn't mean it means the same thing in a reading. Yes, there's a lot of familiar aspects to it, but it depends on what the cards are around it. Okay, so that can change the meaning of this. And this card can mean something with a 3 card. It can mean something with a 5 card. It depends on what's around it. So just keep that in mind. But we will read out of the Druidcraft Tarot book. We will read what the Ace of Wands represents in here, and we will all learn, because to be honest with you, I think I just started reading my book. I don't normally read the books when I get my cards because of, well, I read my cards my way. So, like I said, what I say this card means might be something completely different for somebody else. So, let's start off. So, here we are. Did I get everything? I got everything, I think. Yeah. Okay. Ace of Wands. Here, the wand is offered to us from the heart of the sun, the source of creative fire, initiative, and energy. The wand is made of living birch, and we see the tree that it came from in the distance. In Ogham, the tree language of the Druids, the birch stands for the number 1, the idea of birth and beginnings. And there on the craggy peak is the stag, totem animal in Druidry of the element fire and of the south. The card also represents wand as a magical tool. The Ace of Wands represents conception, birth, initiative, and creative energy. The gift of creative energy, or of an original and exciting idea, is within your grasp or has been given to you. The qualities of the element of fire, enthusiasm, energy, vitality, intuition may all be enhanced in your life. Now is the time for creative activity, or for any endeavor that requires plenty of energy and enthusiasm. The card can also represent the quality of initiative, taking responsibility for an idea and putting it into practice, with optimism and a firm belief in its successful outcome. Since the number 1 contains the idea of completion within it too, the card may also represent the completion of fulfillment or of a project or creative endeavor. The idea has finally been birthed in the world. It is another kind of beginning. For this reason, the card can sometimes symbolize either conception or the birth of a child. So there. There's also reverse meanings. I don't do my cards in reverse. I don't read in reverse. The cards can give me enough meaning one way. I don't need to have them two. I don't know if that's more an advanced reader type thing. I have no idea. I just don't do it. I don't like to do it. So yeah, and a lot of that too, I think, is a little bit of my OCD, where I don't like seeing my cards flipped upside down. So yeah, I really don't like that. So that's again, that's probably my thing. Alrighty, so yeah, I don't read in reverse. The cards give me enough meaning as they are. So there we go. So let's get into the Ace of Wands, this pile number 2, on who picked what and what the cards have to say to them. Let's get that shuffled in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you want to come out. Alrighty then, you come out. When they want to come out, I'll let them come out. Bound and determined. I really should learn my language, my English much better. Wow. I can tell I've been out of school for a long time. I have a new love seat in my little room here, slowly making this area my little room. You should really see how small this room is. It really is. It's very tiny. I've got over there, I've got a desk with my sewing machine right here in front of me. I've got a cabinet that holds all my craft and that type of stuff that my stuff from my Etsy store. And yeah, right here is a great big filing cabinet. And this is a little room that's off my closet, off my bedroom. So, there you go. There you go. But you know what? It's my space and I love it. So that's what matters. The only thing that would make it even better is a window. We don't have a window back here, so it's not a official bedroom. It's just a room. And yeah, so we're kind of hoping within this year to get a little window, basement window put in there for me, just so I can have that light. I love having the light. I miss that from out there. But you know what? For the setup and takedown of everything for me to do readings, this having it just stationary in one spot is so much better for me. So here we go. That's enough about me. And wow, I rambled so much on that one, didn't I? All right, so the Eight of Cups. That's the one that came up to me. So I'm kind of feeling there's a relationship aspect. We've got the Strength card. Let's see. Chronos. Six of Swords. Alrighty. Are you going to be, no, you're going to be separate. You're going to be separate. So you're going to go up there. Let's see here. What do we got here? Strength card. Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Okay. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Princess of Swords. Okay. Okay, I feel this. Okay, I'm getting a very strong kind of relationship family vibe from this one. The Eight of Cups. That one is, to me, is someone who's kind of given up and is going to start an uphill battle that, you know, that their thought process isn't quite in the game, more or less, I want to say. Things are hard. Things are hard. Let's put it that way. Things are hard, and they're having a hard time overcoming that because they're feeling alone. Okay, then we've got the Strength card. Okay, here I am looking at them and not showing you. Sorry, I got distracted in what I was where I was going. Eight of Cups. That's where I'm getting the uphill battle, the struggle of more of an inner thing of, you know what, they're feeling kind of lost, alone. But you know what, they at least they're trying. Okay, at least they're trying. And then we've got the Strength card. Now the Strength card is showing me that now the Eight of Cups, I have a feeling this is something that has to do in here, but not necessarily your reading. Okay, let's get that. I'm not feeling that you are the Eight of Cups. Like, you might look thinking, oh yeah, that is me, I do, you know, but this is a strong one. This is somebody you know. Okay, this isn't you. This is somebody you know that is feeling this way. All right, where I'm getting your assistance and your love for this person is going to be who you are in this one. Okay, you're going to be the one that is going to have to be the helper and bringing this person out of how they're feeling. Okay, yeah, they're feeling very lost. And okay, here we go. We've got the Strength card. This is you. You can overcome anything. Okay, you've got you are so strong in yourself, and you know, if you look at the card, look at the pictures. The sword is on the ground. The sword is you've won. You know, I am strength. I am power. I am divine. That's very snooty right there, but that's not what that meant. It's just, you know, very good feeling in yourself. And then we've got Chronos. And this card always, to me, represents a love that's being watched over, especially with the lovers resting and lying there naked out in the open, and they have no fears, no worries, because they've got somebody watching over them. Okay, that's the way, especially that's what that card means to me. Again, remember, this is my reading, my cards, my intuition. Alrighty, they might not mean the same thing to somebody else. It might not mean the same thing in the book, but it's my story. Alrighty, so yeah, so. And then we've got the Six of Swords. Now, this card is showing me that, you know what, it's like a battle that is being overcome. It's a hard time that the two of you are trying to work through, but at least you are together and you're coming across together. Okay, and then we've got the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups, to me, I should just stop saying to me, because of course it's to me, it's my story. The Queen of Cups is a card that represents a place where, you know what, we're going to start small. We're going to just dip our toe in the water a little bit. We're going to do baby steps. We're going to start small because, you know what, we're confident in ourselves. We know what we have to offer, and we know what we can give. Okay, so we're just going to follow through with this in baby steps. We're not going to rush anybody because we're calm, we're tranquil. We know how to keep control of our emotions and of ourselves. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Swords. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting. There's going to be a break, okay, because of you and who you are, and just how lost the other individual feels. There's going to be a break in the water. They're going to come out. They're not going to feel like they're drowning anymore. Okay, because that's kind of like what this is, and why they don't just fill up their own cups from the river right there is because they got this feeling of drowning, and almost like they're afraid of the water. Okay, afraid of opening themselves up, afraid of giving. All right, of letting you in. Okay, but you know what? There's going to be a break. They're going to kick, they're going to scream, they're going to break the surface of that water, and they're going to feel like they're not drowning anymore. Okay, they're going to start fighting. They're going to, like, you get it? And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now that's how I know where, with this Ace of Swords of being a beginning, and the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles to me is making your mark. Things are done. Things are, you know what? We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to, we're going to work it. We're going to make our way. And with the family there watching, this is going to be a cohesive beginning. It's going to be, we're willing. We're going to put the work in. Okay, it's done. And then we've got the Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is a card that represents 4 walls being built, and that fire in the middle is like, it's like the home, the stability. I love the Four of Wands when it comes to a home life. Okay, the Four of Wands represents 4 walls that are sturdy, and I know it doesn't look like it, it's just 4 sticks in the ground, but that is what this card is, a card of celebration, of happiness, of a family coming together. Okay, and then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. There's that family coming together. That's them resting and relaxing. And you know what? There's worry there, and things are seems like almost like things are repetitive. But there's a feeling of having to take care of each other. Okay, there's a feeling of home. Makes sense? Like it's something that just comfort. And okay, and then we've got the Princess of Swords, and this card is the new beginning of the whole. Everything is that of you coming into the new you from all of this. Okay, because things have been at a place for so long that it's you're kind of been this person for so long that now, you know what? You can start working on you now, because things have made its way and resolved themselves. Okay, everything is on a good, happy surface. Home is in, so things will get better. Things will get better, and you will be working on you again. Okay, you won't have to worry so much about this. Alrighty, because that's something that you've forgotten about in all of this. You forgot to work on you. You forgot to think about your own thoughts, your own wants. Okay. Things will get better. Things will get better, and you will be back to learning on who you are. Okay? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. What do the butterflies have to say? So I hope everybody's doing okay. This coronavirus. Yeah, it's we all just got to be smart. Wash our hands, what we should be doing all the time anyway. If you're sick, stay home. If you're around somebody who's sick, stay home, because you know it's not going to be long before you get it. Alrighty? So, yeah. One thing to remember is that whenever you start showing signs that you're sick, it's almost like the contagion is already started, because it was before that. When you start showing the signs of you're getting that you're sick, that's when you start getting better. That's your body getting rid of it all. All right, so that's one thing you got to remember. I always remembered that from school. I was a lab tech, so I'm not going to say I was a doctor or a nurse, but they did teach us that sort of stuff in school. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, butterflies, forgiveness. That is, I think that's going to have to be a lot with this. Okay, on you figuring out on who you are again, because of this other person that has kind of drained you of a lot. You're going to the Princess's Swords. That is you working on you again. Okay, and that is going to be probably some forgiveness of everything that they put you through, that you're going to feel so resentful almost. You know, everything was all about you, all about you. What about me? What about me? And you know what? That's a choice that you made to help them. Yeah, you got to remember that, and part of that will be forgiveness. All right, whether you don't feel it now, at some point, we're human. Everybody, we're human. Okay, we have negative thoughts. We are allowed to have them. It's what we think and what we act on is what makes the difference. That's why I always say, don't start an argument or don't continue in an argument when the voices, and I know it's a hard one to do. My husband will tell me, you don't do that. Don't argue. When voices start to get raised, stop. Because then thought isn't getting put into words and things just spew out. All right, that's in some aspects, like what I do when I'm doing my readings and rambling. To me, I need that to get the thoughts out, because once I start thinking about what's coming out of my mouth, I doubt what I'm thinking. Alrighty, and that's what all this is my intuition and my feeling. And some of you, I don't know how many, I've been pretty accurate with the one-on-ones. Now the collective, there is, I've got a heavy ringing going on. With some of you, yes, this will not resonate with you. But remember, this is a reading for the collective. So there are those of you that this will, and I really hope that it helps them. Because yeah, I'm really feeling the emotion in this one. I really am. I think a lot of what the ringing in my ear is like, yeah. Let's hope they're watching and listening. All right, let's see what with Sacred Traveler has to say. God, I like it when they're quick. Wise leader. You are a beacon for others. See, again, where I'm getting this whole family issue where you are the strength, you are the rock of that family. And at some point, that rock needs to take care of themselves. Yeah, you got to remember that, okay? I know it's sad. Sometimes you don't want to worry about anybody else. You only want to sit and think about yourself sometimes. And you know what? And that's fine. That is fine. You know what? That's not a bad way to be. We need to do that. We need to have that time for ourselves. Nobody can be with somebody else 24/7. All right? It's just not possible. You can say, oh, yes, I can. No, you can't. You're going to, at some point, need some time for yourself. You need to have your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own emotions. Okay? So remember that. Take care of yourself. Find the time for yourself. Remember that. Remember that. I'm very adamant about that. Whew, I'm getting a little lightheaded, actually. What's going on out there? Okay, let's see. Let's see. What do we got from the fairies? What do we got from the fairies? Okay, marriage. The fairies join you in celebrated wedded bliss. Okay, so things work out. Things work out. Now remember, this doesn't always mean that you are going to get married. All right, marriage, this card also represents, kind of today's day and age with marriage, a lot of people don't have the same feeling as they used to at once upon a time. All right, which is sad. Marriage is a sacred union no matter which way you do it. But sometimes things don't work out. What can you do? But marriage, what I again, my thoughts, my feelings on this card from my fairies is it represents a compatibility. It's kind of like the Lord and Lady in my green tarot, of a partnership that's yin and yang. It's north, south, and east, west. You know, you can't have one without the other, and it's a good partnership. They're both equal. They're both. It's like a good union of two people. Now, whether you get married or not is your choice, but this is just showing that this is a good union. It really is, and if you can be that strength that is needed at this point, you're being watched over. You're being watched over. Okay, this is something that can it can be a good thing. It can be a good thing. So I leave it in your hands from here. The choice is yours. So yeah. So there we go. I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope that you got from it what I wanted to give. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Like the video if it resonated well with you. Comment down below. Let me know your story. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My links are all down below. And yeah, stay tuned for those videos to come for the new ones. If you're a Cancer and Taurus, let's see what more this has to say about you two. Alrighty, you all have yourselves a very good day. Bye, everybody. Hi there, everybody. Now this is for those that have picked pile number 3. Alrighty, so that is the Ace of Cups. So let's see here. So I'm going to do things a little bit different. Normally, you know, I put the crystal or something like that on my decks. And I like to put something that I can teach something as well. So with doing this, I thought, you know what, we can teach everybody tarot as well. Alrighty, so, but I'm going to do something different, whereas I'm going to read from the book. I don't normally read the book. I read my tarot as per me, my way. I don't know if anybody else does it like whatever. I do it my way. I'm self-taught. I go by my own thing, my own thought, my own intuition, my own. It's all me. It's all about me. So, so anyway, so these are those that picked Ace of Cups. And so let's see what the book has to say about the Ace of Cups. Now, like I said, remember, the book is going to say this, but if this card comes up in a reading, it's not necessarily going to mean this 100%. Okay, because what other cards that fall around it can change the meaning of this one card. So we got to remember that, alrighty? So keep that in mind, but for those that go by the book, this is the Ace of Cups. Alrighty, 5 streams of water flow both from the Grail Cup and from an otherworldly source beneath, reminding us of the pagan origins of the Grail legend and of the 5 streams running from the Well of Sagas. These streams represent the knowledge and experiences we gain through our 5 senses. While the well represents the source of all life, the birch leaves signify beginnings. The main theme of all aces, and the salmon of wisdom leaps in the distance, druid totem animal of water and of the west. The card also represents the chalice as a magical tool. Now, the Ace of Cups meanings are love, inspiration, fruitful dreaming, and blessing. This card may herald the beginning or the deepening of a relationship. A love affair may be on the horizon, or if you are an established partnership, you may be entering a phase of renewal. Water represents inspiration and dreams as well as love, so it can also indicate a time of creative inspiration or the start of a period of fruitful dreaming. Now is a time to foster relationships and to open yourself to abundance of warm and nurturing relationships with which you are blessed. As a spiritual level, this card represents the gift of the Holy Grail, the blessing, inspiration, and love of the goddess that is now being offered to you. When you drink from the chalice in a Druid or Wiccan ceremony, you are ritually drinking from the Grail and receiving these gifts of the goddess. So that is the meaning. And now there's also a reverse meaning. I don't do reverse. I find the cards have enough meaning on their own without having to flip them upside down. And like I said in the other reading, my OCD is a little too, I don't just having my cards flipped. It just really, yes. So it's not me. It's not my thing. So yeah, so this is the reading for those that picked the Ace of Cups. So let's hide this in here. All right, and let's start shoveling. This is for the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Let's see, pile number 3, Ace of Cups. 2, okay, you want to come out. Oh, we've got the World. I like that one. That one can mean so many things. Let's see here. The World. Oh, 5 of Swords. Okay, that could be why the World came up. Oh, 6 of Swords. We've got some healing to do. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, we're coming back from something. We've been hurt. 8 of Wands. Still at the defensive. But and we're on guard. Oh, 8 of Cups. Uphill battle. The Lord standing ready. Princess of Wands. 4 of Swords. Okay, let's see here. Alrighty. So, 5 of Swords. You know, you've kind of come back from something. Things have been hard on you. You know, you've had a hard life. You've been hurt. Put it that way. You've been hurt, and you have to. There's like, we have to get in the Swords and the Swords and the Pentacles here. It's telling me that, you know, there's a really strong. Oh wow, we've got Swords and Wands and Cups. We're all over the place. Other than Pentacles, 1 Pentacle. Okay. Okay, and then we've got the 6 of Swords. This is coming back. This is, you've got somebody there with you that is helping you. You know what? She's got he got this strong bond with you. You know, the 2 of you are coming back together. You know, and then we've got the 2 of Pentacles. You know, the worst is over. The storm has passed. Now, you know, you don't got much to juggle. There's 2 things to juggle. You're still juggling, but there's only 2 things now. Things have progressed. Things are getting better. And then we've got the 8 of Wands. But you know what? You're still defensive. You're still holding up. Like, you're still keeping everything guarded. You know, you're not giving all of you because of this. You need to get over that, okay? You need to get over that and start letting people in. Okay, stop guarding yourself so much. Okay, then we've got the 8 of Cups. You know, again, you're not looking at what's there. You could fill those cups up right there at that river. You know, but no, you're taking the road of going uphill and trying to do it the hard way. You know, you don't have to do it that hard. You know what? They're coming in. You can just fill them up as the water flows. The water is flowing to you. You know, the love is pouring into you. All you got to do is open up and accept it. Alrighty, then we've got the Lord. Now this is you sitting there, kind of at a defensive, like this is the way it is. Alrighty, and then we've got the Princess of Wands. Now this is somebody where you're kind of getting the power and the energy, and then with the gecko on the dress, that it can be a flip. Like, you can flip so easily. And then we have the 4 of Swords. You know what? Things are going to come around, and you will be able to sit and relax. Alrighty, you just need to open yourself up, because these 2 people can be really good together. These 2 people can be very good together. We've got the Lord, and we've got the Princess of Wands. These are 2. Yeah. Yeah, things are, yeah, you know, I understand that the hurt, it's not easy. It's not something that's easy to come over. But you know what? You've conquered it. You're standing tall from it. You've survived it. So you know what? Now you've got to make that journey into healing to get better. You've got people there with you. You know, you've got people there to help you. And I know it's in the past. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. It's in the past. The 2 of Pentacles. That's what it's showing. Like that. You know, it's not like it's a full standing ship and the storm is coming. No, the storm has passed. The worst is over, and there's not much in life left to juggle for you, because yeah, your still balls are still up in the air. They're going to be forever. That is just life, okay? But there's not 3 balls. There's only 2. Alrighty. 8 of Wands. You know what? There's nothing wrong with you're just defensive. You're like, it's kind of like a yin yang. You're like, everything is everywhere with you. Like you're it's almost like you're it's almost like you're attacking but you're guarding. You're attacking but you're guarding. And then with the 8 of Cups, of taking the hard way instead of the easy way. You know, you don't have to do things on your own. There are 2 of you. There are 2 of you. You don't have to go uphill. Okay? There are 2 of you in this. There are 2 of you in this. And you know what? Once you figure out and you get yourselves together, there'll be that rest. There'll be that, you know what, I can let things in. A new awakening, a new dawn, a new brightness, okay? Yeah, this is all about you and your emotions and how you're so guarded and so, ooh. So, and then the World. This is what came up first, okay? The World is, you know what, things have passed, things have happened, but now it's a new day. You know, the world is out there. The world is your oyster. The world is... you can do anything you put your mind to. All right, you just got to put your mind to do it. All righty, the world is your oyster. How many cliche little things can I say? How many I can learn? So yeah, I got a real strong feeling on this one. This one here is a self inner struggle of a pain and a past hurt that needs to get over, really needs to get over. Okay, what do we got from the butterflies? Let's see. Yeah, you've got somebody along with you on that healing road. You know what? Let them in. Let them in. Let them help you. You don't have to be on guard. Like, these are all, other than the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords, these are almost like all inner journeys. You're going to get that healing. That healing, it's going to start small, but you know what? You got to just make that choice to do it. And I know not everybody's way is your way, but you know what? Sometimes trying another way is always good too. Come on, butterflies. My goodness. You're being specific. Okay. Guess who's being specific? Be true to you. Did I not say it? Did I not say it? Huh? This is, you know, you can't live from the past anymore. You gotta live for you. You gotta live for what's going to make you happy. You know, like you've got a life by the balls. Alrighty, it's going to be what you want it to be. There's ways, and there's, oh my. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Again, see, does that everything, they all come aligned. That's why I like doing different decks, because you know what, they have different meanings, and they have different messages, you know. And so yeah, so I like, and a lot of times it just helps confirm what is coming about with the tarot, right? So I like to do some oracle cards as well. And let's see what the fairies have to say, shall we? Let's see, what do the fairies have to say? Oh, they're being particular. Sorry. Okay. Flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. You know what? That's everybody is different. I take this as, you know what, it's time to spend time outside. All right, with this coronavirus and everything that's coming around, people not being able to, socialize. You can still socialize. You just don't have that physical contact. Go for a walk. Go to the park. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Go for a drive and find a field and let your dog run around. It's the earth is healing right now, okay, and it's beautiful, and we should look at it, we should watch it. Don't interfere with it, but watch it, and be surprised what just how things can come together whenever you get that peace through body, mind, and spirit. You get that piece of who you are and where you stand in your own life, and that's where I'm getting a lot of this, is that you don't know where to stand, you don't know who you are. You kind of lived so long with this of what happened to me, well, I can't do that because this happened. No, you can't have that frame of thought. Yeah, that's not how you think. That's not how life is lived, okay? You can't live about what happened to you. You got to replace those bad thoughts with happy thoughts, okay? So you got to start living life. You got to start enjoying life. Like keeping yourself guarded, like how I feel. Like I just feel like you've kind of backed yourself up into a corner, and you know what? You think the only way out is a hard way. It's just, there's so much like almost can't breathe because of how this is so enclosed in yourself and guarding yourself of love and feeling and relationship. Like, yeah, you were hurt badly, you were hurt, and I'm sorry, but it's not that it wasn't. I want to say it wasn't done by the people that are with you now. This is a past hurt. This is something that has happened before. Okay? And now we've just got to take the lessons that were learned from it. Okay? And they're not all good lessons, I admit. They're not all good. They're not all happy sunshines and rainbows. But you know what? They still happen, and there was still a lesson to learn from it, and now let's move on from it. Let's move on, and let's try and replace those with happy memories. Okay, let's try and bring joy. And I know not everything is healed, and everything is cured, and everything by happiness and positivity, but it really does make a difference in just on how you feel and live life. Okay, you look at something, you see the beautiful in it before you see the bad. All right, if your first thought is to look at something and say, oh my God, I don't like their pants, you know what? No, look at that person and say, oh my God, they've got beautiful hair. Oh my God, their eyes are gorgeous. You know what? Because visual is our first impression, right? So that's where we tend to, if you don't like something, that's the bad first impression. No, look at them and find the good stuff. That's the same thing with outdoors. You look outside, it looks all gray and gloomy, and snow is melted, and it's just nothing is growing yet. But no, things are. I went outside the other day, and I picked up a few things, like what I can do, and I just moved one pot, and there was bright green growing underneath it. Okay, on the ground. So you know what, things are growing. Sometimes you gotta look for it. You gotta lift that pot to see the beautiful in it. But you know what, it's there. And we gotta stop dwelling so much on what has happened and the ugliness of the past. And we gotta start looking at the flower power of our now. Okay? Yeah, I really got this as this being a reading of, you really need to let go of the past and move on to the future. Things have happened, and they weren't your choice, and that's really what I'm getting from this. And you know what? You will sit comfortably in your own thoughts again. Okay, you will. You will sit comfortably in your own thoughts. So there we go. I hope this resonated well with you. I hope you're able to overcome your past. I really do. I get a really strong feeling of a lot of hurt. And it's a journey, I admit, and I know I've done one, and I'm still doing one, and it's not an easy journey. But you know, you got to remember that there are those around you that are there to help you and love you and care for you. And you sometimes it's hard to trust to know who that is. But you know, if you open up your heart and open up your mind and open up your eyes, you will see and feel who the right ones are. Alrighty, so there you go. I hope you all have a very, very good day. I hope you all enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Share it out. Share it out. Let people, yeah, let people pick a card. You know, these are fun. All right, you all have a great, great day. Bye, everybody. Hi there, everybody. Oh, God, I say that a lot. Hi there, everybody. I gotta figure out some kind of new little line to come in with, something a little bit funnier. Okay, so this is for those that have picked the Ace of Pentacles. This is the last pile. This is pile number 4. Now, I just want you all to know that I'm going to be reading from the book. Now, it's not something I normally do. I normally don't read the book. Just kind of like an after, well, let's see, sort of thing, you know, especially from when I first started to now. I just want you to know that if the Ace of Pentacles comes up in a reading, it doesn't always mean what it says in the book. A lot depends, as well as with what cards are around, it can change the meaning. There's a lot of different aspects to consider with a tarot card. That is why tarot are a little more involved than an oracle card is, because there's a lot more to say from a tarot card. Okay, so keep that in mind, that what I read from the book, if you've had this in a reading from me before, it's like, oh, wait a minute, she didn't say that meant that then. That's because the cards around it have kind of changed, not changed, just added on to the meaning. Make sense? Just kind of made it in a different aspect or avenue, or you know. So it's like it's the same thing, but it's different between a road, a street, you know, that sort of thing. The same but different. There you go. So, Ace of Pentacles. So let's see what the book of the Druidcraft Tarot has to say about the Ace of Pentacles. Aces. There we go. It's usually the last one. Okay. Here we go. Ace of Pentacles. In the foreground, we see a birch tree, the pioneering tree of birth and beginnings. It is the night of Alban Arthur, the light of Arthur, as the winter solstice is known in the Druid tradition. Emerging from a cave is Art, the bear, totem animal in Druidry of the north of winter and of the element of earth. The card also represents the pentacle as a magical tool. Meaning for the Ace of Pentacles is financial gain, material benefits, deep peace. This is an extremely auspicious card to receive if you are hoping for financial rewards or for success in your career. Each Ace card offers a gift, and here the gift is one of material benefits. This may involve a job offer, promotion, or salary increase at work, or perhaps an inheritance or windfall. If you are contemplating a new contract or a career change, this could augur well, provided the other cards in the spread support this. If the card refers to relationships, it indicates a situation that is well grounded, secure, peaceful, and enduring. So that is for the Ace of Pentacles. Now, they do have a reverse meaning as well. It's right here at the bottom, but I don't do my cards in reverse. I find up front, forwards facing, there is enough to the card that I don't need to have it reversed to add more to it. And my OCD is a little bit too much, where if I see a card that's upside down, I just, yeah, no. So we need to keep Tracy's OCD in balance. So all the cards are facing the same way. Alrighty, so let's get on to pile number 4, the Ace of Pentacles. Alright, let's hide you in the middle there, and let's start, let's start shuffling. Let's loosen these up a little bit. Come on, loosen up. There we go. There we go. Nice even flow, and you want to come out. Oh, we've got the King of Wands right off the bat. All right. We've got some action going on here. King of Wands. What else is going on for pile number 4 in those pentacles? Okay, then I'm stopping. Alrighty. King of Wands popped out. Ooh, then we've got the Moon. Okay. Queen of Swords. Very nice. 10 of Wands. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. These two come up together a lot, I find. The Sun. 2 of Wands. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Where are we going with this? And then we've got the Chariot. I think I gotta get my glasses fixed. It's a little loose, too loose around my ears. I find I'm going that all the time. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm getting really comfortable talking to myself in it. Because I use a laptop as a camera and I do forward facing. I see myself. So yeah, I'm starting to talk to myself. Is that a problem? Do I need a white straight jacket? Alright. So anyway, King of Wands. That was a card that kind of jumped out. This card kind of represents, for me, I really got to learn to stop saying for me, a stance. You've kind of done it, and now you know what, you're sitting, and I'm still now. I'm not moving. I've done it. I've lived it. I'm not doing it anymore. You're kind of taking a stand. A stand. It's kind of what I got, even though you're sitting, a stand. Then we've got the Moon. Now that card represents like a clear way, but an uphill way all the same. Alrighty. There's things that are in your favor of getting there and doing it, but it's still kind of uphill. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. Now this one is somebody that is kind of defiant. It doesn't want to make any changes, doesn't want to, so the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords, kind of two people that, really interesting relationship, if that is what this is. And I'm still not sure if this is a relationship card reading. I'm getting a strong, okay, let's see here. Then we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, this here is, you know, a lot of work, a lot of struggle, like uphill battle, back bent, back breaking. I am tired. I have done this, and I am almost over with it. Okay, that is kind of where I see a lot of standoffishness and where things aren't going to progress anymore, just because even though the road is clear, it's still a hard road. It's still a hard road, and not everybody wants to take that path, and that is completely understandable. So then we've got the 9 of Pentacles, and I'm kind of where I don't know where I'm going with this yet because of what I'm looking at after. You know, we'll talk it out and see what happens. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is a card that represents a somebody that has won the battle and has learned and is kind of on their own. You know, with the falcon or hawk. It's one of those birds of prey. On her wrist, you know, she's conquered it. She's tamed it. It is hers. You know, she's kind of a little more self-sufficient now. Alrighty. Sorry, back is getting a little sore. It's an understatement. Queen of Pentacles. This card is somebody that is now, again, after the 9 of Pentacles, goes on to the Queen of Pentacles, where she is in her throne and she's comfortable. Okay, now I say she, that's just because of who's on the card. Alright, doesn't necessarily mean that the reading is, it just more or less means the energy coming off the card. Alrighty, so if you're male, don't get your back up. Don't be the King of Wands. Okay, and then we've got the Sun. Now the Sun, I love this card. The Sun is in the same lines with me as the Star, because this just is like a whole new rebirth, a whole new day, a card of innocence, a card of joy, a card of happiness and just brightness and everything coming in play and in line as they should be. Okay, so where I'm kind of going with this is I kind of see it's almost like this is two readings of a battle that is going on, and then the next step that is going to happen because of the individual that is here. And then, well, we've got the Two of Wands, and this card, it's about a voyage, a trip. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a trip that you're going to do physically. It could be more, it could also mean like a knowledge base, like you're going to school and learning something. Okay, that's what the Two of Wands can mean as well, that type of trip. Okay, yeah, I know I'm rambling big time on this one. This one here is their message is really struggling to come across, because then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and this card is a card of kind of rest and relaxation and caring for loved ones and family, and almost in a role of caretaker, because then we went to the Chariot, and that one is taking charge. So I'm almost wondering if this is a health reading. Where am I going with this one? This one's hard. This one's hard. Like it's like there's a couple of stories in one here, okay? Because we've got the King of Wands that came out, and the King of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. Now this one here, I get like a even the Ten of Wands. That there, I get a strong feeling of a relationship that is kind of struggling with each other. Okay, they're both going uphill. They're both going uphill instead of meeting at the bottom. All right, so that is where I'm getting with the first four cards. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's go with my intuition. I'm listening. You hear that? I'm listening. So the King of Wands, the Moon, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. All those have to do with one separate reading. We're going to get, I think, maybe even 2 or 3 in this one. That there is about your relationship. This is something that the two of you have been so defiant, so back up, and why? I don't get the why. It's just that it's almost like one does all the work and the other one does nothing. You know, it's one of those. How about we compromise and split that load in 2, and the both of you be partners and carry it up together. Oh wow, there's a thought. Could that work? Possibly. That's a partnership. That's how they work. Okay. Sorry, sassy a little bit. Then we've got the 9 and the Queen of Pentacles. Now this is, and then we've got the Birth. So where I'm kind of getting, this one is about you and you coming into yourself and you're learning of everything. Now it's kind of part of this is a solo journey that I'm getting here. So I'm almost wondering if this relationship is kind of a doomed to failure type thing. And I hate to say that in the beginning of a reading, although I'm 13 minutes in, I guess it's not the beginning of a reading. But you know, you're seeing how I'm struggling on this, because like, and then we've got the Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Now these are telling me of a trip to see a family member, of somebody who needs you, and you're going to take charge, like you're going to take control, because they need you. They need you to go there. So it's kind of like the 9, Queen, and the Sun, and then the Two of Wands, Ten of Pentacles is something more of a journey for you. And maybe that's why all this is happening with the relationship going on. Who's coming over? Somebody just came over to say hello to me, in the spiritual sense. Okay. Whoever you are, and if this is resonating with you and you're expecting somebody to pop in and say hello and help me on my way, they just did. Okay, so you know who you are if this is happening to you. I'm getting all goosebumpy again, so I'm on the right track. Okay, yeah, there's been some conflict, and you are very standoffish. You are very closed off on wanting to make a change, wanting to make a difference, wanting to share the workload. Okay, you feel like you have to carry it all on your own, and you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to. You have that partner there to help you. All right, they've got an uphill road just like you do, and you don't have to carry it all on your own. They are there to help you do that. All right. So with that being said, when this Nine and Queen of Pentacles that came into play, you know what? You are that person. You are that person that is courageous and one in their own, and you're also the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is all you. This is all you. This is all who you are, where you're going. And then the Queen of Pentacles is also kind of reminding you to take care of yourself. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't take care of yourself, and you really need to. Okay. And then we've got the Sun. Now I'm kind of getting more with the Sun coming up. It's almost like it's a birth. Okay, it's a birth of you having to go and help take care of somebody and take charge. It's going to be a trip. It is going to be a physical trip. Now remember, physical trip, leaving your house is a trip. It could be your daughter next door, but there is going to be a birth in that. Yes, now it's coming together. Okay, yeah, the relationship part is still a strong one on this one here, especially. Yeah. And then we've got the Nine, Queen, Sun, Two of Wands. Yeah, these are all showing of a new addition. There's a new addition coming in. We've got some rebirth, which is awesome. I want to do a prediction right now. Okay, I'm going to March 19th, 2020. I'm going to make a prediction that there are going to be a large increase in births December 2020. I'm predicting it. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. There's going to be a large increase. Because what are people going to do, right? You get bored, alone. Let's have some nookie. So, yeah, I call it nookie. All right. So, no, I'm getting a strong sense of a birth, of a new addition coming in, and it's going to be like a family member, and you're going to go down and you're going to help take care of them. It's going to be like a family gathering. Yeah, I see some new life coming in. Some new life is coming in. It's going to be good. You just got to work on that relationship. You got to share the load. The two of you are there. Share the load. Now, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean a physical relationship. Like it's friendship, partnership, work. You've got that person there to help you. Could be a brother-sister relationship. If you know, go for it. I'm shuffling the wrong deck. Fairies are last. All right, so butterflies. Yeah, so you got two readings here. Work on your relationship. You know what? You are the Nine and Queen of Pentacles. You know, that is who you are. But you know what? He's there too. Or she. Yeah, most of my readings I get a really strong male and a strong female card that represents a relationship of some sort. And it always tells me, but I never know exactly which one is the dominant one. Alrighty, what do we got? Leaving. And yeah, you are. You know, this might even be good, like I said, with the trip, the Two of Wands, to help this situation. It'll be good for the relationship to have that distance apart a little bit, I think, just to put things in motion, things in play, And then we've got volunteer. Sometimes, especially this time right now, what's going on, I know it's hard to volunteer, but there are places where places and ways you can, look online. There are things like doing through social media that you can help, like for seniors and such who, look forwarded, look forwarded, look forward to, oh my gosh, to their outings and such, and now they can't go out. So they're really missing some of that interaction, and so there are what are those called? I want to say establishments, but there are places that you can get in contact with to help volunteer your time, to help with certain things, to help out with in security checks and so forth, just to make sure everybody, for those seniors that are living alone, knock on your neighbor's door, help them out with some food. People are really being crazy with how they're hoarding stuff. Like, we're not going to run out. We're not going to run out. Okay? So, yeah, so there we go. That's that. Let's see here. What do we got from the state? What do we have from the Sacred Traveler? What do we have from the Sacred Traveler? Let's see here. Ooh, okay. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. There we go, as I said. Oops. How are we going to do this? Let's do it that way. No, it's still the same thing. Okay, we'll do it that way. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. See? Everything is. You're going away somewhere. I really hope it's not, what I'm getting is a leave and an end to the relationship, because I'm not getting an end to your relationship. I'm getting more of a break in a new you type of attitude, right? Oh my. Okay, no. My internet is being so funky. So I really hope I can get this video posted today. Oh, okay. Come on. Come on, fairies. I'm getting very, very warm. Ooh. Very warm. Fairies are being particular. There we go. Debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean your problems are going to be over. Debt paid off, that can, what I'm getting from this one here, it's more of a, you taking charge of your life and things coming into play, okay? It's like it's going to be gone, it's going to be lifted from your shoulders. It's not something you're going to worry about anymore, alrighty? It's going to be like that, like the sun. It's going to be like the sun, a rebirth, a new beginning, like a new you, and you're going to have to take this venture and this trip away for a little bit. And I'm still getting a strong vibe of leaving to help a family member or visiting family, something like that. There is going to be some sort of family gathering that I'm getting a strong sense of, and you going off to this on your own. Okay. Now the birth, I do also feel a strong sense of some of you is going to be a new birth. Okay, that is, but that's just, what's the word, mathematics, really. Yeah, that's not saying anything. But there we go. Yeah, that is what I'm getting from this. There is a relationship conflict. There's huge relationship conflict. The two of you are like I said, like, you're standoffish from any new beginnings, and he wants answers right away. And again, as I said, the he, she is just because that's the figures on the card. All right, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are one and they are the other. It's which one is who. You know who's who. Who coming out. And then with the moon, in between that is like he's cleared the road for you, and he's kind of guarding it, but your back is, you're standoffish. You don't really want to have much to do with it. Like you've got your sword across your chest, you know, like you're just blocking yourself off to it, because you've carried this load so long on your shoulders. You've carried it so long, and you haven't shared any of it with them. You haven't shared any of it with it, and you've carried it so long on your shoulders that now you don't know how to let it go. You don't know how to let go of that. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, these two are really coming strong into each other, where we've got the Nine of Pentacles of you figuring out who you are, you finding your own energy and your own strength and your own source. Okay, you finding out that you can be you, and you can be self-sufficient on you. Not saying that leave your relationship. That's just something that we all need to feel. We need to feel that we can take care of ourselves. Alrighty, so that is all well and good, but when you have that somebody else that wants to help take care of you, let them take care of you. Alrighty, that's just my go-to on it. Alrighty, and then we've got the Sun. Now the Sun, this is representing a very good. Auspicious is in my brain. There's a lot of good things about this card. Everything is good about this card, and this card is really telling me that you're going to have that shift, that switch into figuring out who you are. You're going to do this journey, and you're going to come into yourself, and you're going to come into you, and that's somebody that might have been lost a little while ago, but once you figure out who that is, things will be great for you. Things really will be good for you. And again, yes, I do see a trip of somebody going out to take care of family, taking care of a family member, doing something and helping them out by taking charge. You are going to take charge. You are going to take charge in all aspects. You're going to take charge in your own life, in your own feelings, in your own emotions. Plus, you're going to be helping out with as much as you can with this family member. I really got a strong, yeah. So that is your reading. I hope that resonated well with you. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. And yeah, hope to see you all next time. Bye, everybody.